Hello! Welcome back to
One Life Wing It.
One Life Wing It. One Life Wing It. You know where we got that from? Do you remember where we got that?
I do. That was coming back from North Wales when we had the
coming
caravan.
back from North Wales. Let me shift that to one side, look, because we need to get... I was going to call you Freddy Krueger then.
Foxy Wharton.
Foxy Wharton, not Freddy Krueger. Yes, I'm Mark Whiteley and this is Freddy Krueger
Apparently.
for today. Yeah, we were driving back, weren't we, from North Wales one day, and we were thinking of a name for the podcast.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all weekend, hadn't we? And I'm sure we'd settled on something.
We had.
Can't remember what it was, though,
we
can you?
settled on something, and we were driving home, and we said, yes, it's definitely
Right, we'll do that.
Oh, I know what it was called.
Go on.
Was it called I Met Jeff Capes?
That's it.
It was called I Met Jeff
it.
Capes. And if you listen to the first episode of the original podcast called Names, it's actually called
I Met Jeff Capes.
I Met Jeff Capes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we saw this Land Rover, and Land Rover's what's it called? Tagline.
It's One Life Live It, isn't it?
One Life Live It, but some
They had
guy...
a sticker in the back that said One Life Wing It, and we were both just sat there on the motorway. We both just looked at each other and said, "Oh, that's it."
That's it. So that's it. So this is what we're going to start with today. Joanne and Mark's
You've told them now.
Magical Motorhome Adventures.
Harry did the DJ Toms. The perfect combination. No confusion. Yo, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Respect to the man.
So Foxy and I, this is Foxy, but it's also Joanne. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Terribly
about it.
confusing.
Foxy and I, we got a phone call. We got a message from my brother, and we're talking to him now about how it all started, really. And we've talked about the caravan that we had in North Wales. We've talked about the Airbnbs that we did.
We've alluded to the fact that we have a motorhome.
Yes, and
couple of times.
it was a slow drip as we went along, and then just out of the blue, and we must have mentioned it. We must have.
You know, we'd been to an auction in Burnley and seen.
We had.
Do you remember that one that had been in a drugs raid?
Yes. Yeah, they reckoned it was seized by the drugs squad as profits and proceeds of a drug dealer, and it was lovely. It was a Volkswagen Crafter.
They'd been converted. It was really nice, wasn't it?
And we almost got it, but we didn't have enough money then.
Yeah.
Or we did, probably.
I think we just didn't want.
We didn't really want it.
I think it was a confidence thing because we were kind of like, ooh.
And we bidded something like $5,000, and
and then we just let it go.
I don't think anyone had it in the end. And we were looking at some other vans because that was what we were going to do, wasn't it? We were going to convert a van.
We were going to convert. We watched. How many videos did we watch? As if we've forgotten that. We spent about 2 months watching videos on it every night.
Word. In fact, yes. In fact, I'm still subscribed to loads and loads of channels. People introducing you to their vans and stuff. We loved it though, didn't we? We just actually sat there going, I love that.
It was enthralling. It really was.
Yeah. But that's how you learn, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, it's that visualisation thing. It's this is going to happen to us in our lives. This is so us.
Yeah.
Because it is so us.
That's visualisation.
Yeah, totally. It's your mood board, isn't it?
We were going, we can do this. We can buy a van. We can buy a van. We can do that. And even me, who doesn't visualise like that, it didn't seem out of the ordinary to just go, well, it's just a van, isn't it? It's just a van, and I've owned many vans. So anyway.
So our van was spotted by Mark's brother Richard, who
said, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. We did a bit of research. We looked at the MOT, past MOTs, and it hadn't failed on much.
The photos looked fine. 2 owners from brand new, and it did look loved.
100,000 miles on it, or 98,000 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is quite a lot. But then it was 1994, so it's been around a long time as well. And if you think about most people write on their insurance that they do 20,000 miles a year. 1994 to today, how long's that? That's 30 years, let's say.
Well, 17, isn't
17. Well, what's 17
We've had
times?
that 3, so it was 14 years
So
old.
17 times 20.
24 years old, rather.
17 times 20. You made it 17.
Well, it's not, though.
20.
It's in 1994, it's 27 years ago.
27 years.
Is it?
No, hang
Oh,
on,
stop making me do maths.
1994.
Oh, my God, live and air.
2004, 2014. Yeah.
20.
20 some years old. 27.
It's 26.
Blimey. I tell you what.
Oh, God. It
This
really,
whole episode
it doesn't
is-
matter. 1994,
old.
let's stop it with the maths.
Yeah.
And,
So it must have been
we
like-
took our confidence from Richard, really, in the fact that Richard has skills. Richard knows loads of people who have skills. And I was really confident in Richard's confidence that we wouldn't lose any money. It was up for £1,000 starting price at the beginning.
Can I just say this as well? That you have to learn a little bit about our characters as people. Joe goes, yeah, let's do it, let's buy. And I go, whoa, don't know about that. Don't know about that. I've got to kick a few tyres before I get my money out. So I ring Joe up, and Joe's like,
Get it?
yeah, buy it. And I'm going, oh, I don't know now. My heart's going like this, and I'm ringing my brother up, and Richard, who's bought bloody millions of cars and millions of things, he's like, yeah, be all right. You'll get your money
But
back.
I find that really reassuring as well, because I know that he knows. I have
know.
confidence in him.
I know, but one of us has got to be sensible.
A bit cautious.
Yeah.
So it was up for £1,000, wasn't it, initially?
Yes.
And which
So we
was
started
obviously
bidding.
worth a
We
punt.
started bidding,
yeah.
and it was finishing, I think, like 2:00 that afternoon. So the whole day.
Now, to my memory, we thought we'd won it. We'd
Yes,
won the
we
auction
did
for
win it.
1,800, didn't? Then they
Yes.
backpedaled over the
Well,
weekend,
they
didn't
They
they?
said that's not
That's not enough. We're
that's
not
enough.
selling it to you for that.
Hadn't reached the what's it called? What's it called, everyone? What's it called? The level at which they don't want to sell. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
So the owners contacted us and said, no, we
was
don't
the
want to
auctioneers,
accept
I
that.
think.
The auctioneers, yeah,
They
the
said-
owners wouldn't
yeah.
accept that price for it,
It's
so we
too
had to
cheap.
barter.
But that made me feel confident as well, that they wanted a bit more,
That they
and
thought
we
it
were
was
dealing
worth
with
more.
real people and not like a company.
Yeah.
So it was like, people thought, no, that's worth more than that, which made us feel good. And then so we toed and froed, and then we came up with a figure that both of us were really happy with.
Yeah.
And they still wanted a bit more, and we didn't want to pay that much. So in the end, I think we spent
Just over 4,000, I think, in the end.
4,000, and for that we got our van. Here's a picture of our van, and it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Look at it. I mean, I know it's 1994 and it looks old-fashioned and square, but it's not.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Everything works. It isn't damp. We shower in there. We cook in there. We can do Sunday lunch if we want. We can cook that in there. Super comfy. We
More to
sleep
come, Joanne. More
so
to come.
well.
Don't tell.
How well do we sleep in that van?
Well, you sleep really well.
Everywhere I
You
go, really.
You could sleep on the roof in a thunderstorm with no blanket. You just sleep. Like, yeah. Oh, did it rain? Yes, it's amazing. It is amazing. Now, we bought it, didn't we? And we put the money across. What's it called when you can't buy something at auction? It's really bugging me now. I'll have to
leave
pause
it.
it in a minute. I'll have to pause in a minute. I'll get my phone out and have a look. So we won it. And it was in York, and we live in Lancashire. So we had a road trip, didn't we?
Well, it's not that far actually
was,
to
it
York.
was far enough.
It's just up there. Oh, I used to live nearer to York, didn't I, in Clitheroe? That's
But we weren't living there then. We were
no,
living
we
in
were
Rotherstone.
living in Rottenstall. It's still
yeah,
not a
that-
long way.
It was.
2 hours.
To these people. So we had a drive up, and we were really nervous. It was, what year was it? It was really hot, wasn't it?
2018.
It was really
June
hot.
2018.
Boiling weather, and we sat there in this dust pan, wasn't it? Dust
Yeah.
whipping round and stuff, and there were like traders turning up with those big lorries that they get, stuff on, and we went in and
You had to put a high vis on.
I had to put a high vis on.
I wasn't allowed out onto the courtyard.
Only one of us was allowed.
I was sat in the car, wasn't I?
Yeah, and we gave the chitty to this man, and he was like, "All right," and off he went into this massive massive car park, just thousands and thousands and thousands of cars, auctioneers. And
you were stood there in your high vis. I was across the way in the car, and we just waited for probably about a good 10 minutes, wasn't it?
And then this camper van trundled into view like this, and the guy pulled up, and he had his window open, and he said, "Have you bought this?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, it's lovely. How much you paid for it?" "I would love this." And I was really like, "Oh, brilliant. He likes it, and he's seen loads of stuff." And we just... I
couldn't believe it.
The
just
first
couldn't
time
believe
we got in it. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. I remember sticking
park,
my head in the passenger door and looking down.
It's massive. It was massive.
Superb.
It was just like, at our age, you don't get excited very often, do you? You don't. Christmas doesn't excite you.
You've seen everything, haven't you?
Birthdays, even getting married in Nashville is,
only semi-exciting.
Well, we were well and truly...
we were just knackered, basically, Mark.
To be fair. Like that. In fact,
who am I marrying?
Yeah, it was like that. And I'll put some photos up. We looked like we were hanging. I saw one the other day. We looked like that. Hello and welcome to Nashville,
Tennessee. It's the 23rd of March 2017, and it's 5 to 12 lunchtime.
We're about to get married.
We're heading now to the Rhinestone Wedding Chapel.
Anyway, it was so good, wasn't it?
Oh.
And it was like...
It was exciting. It really was.
It was like it just come together.
Yeah.
And the van was, it was dusty but we went inside.
They cleaned it beautifully, hadn't they? Yeah.
Well loved. And I'm jumping ahead here, but I've just remembered something. When we got to my brother's, because we took it to my brother's, because he was really excited to see it too. And he's got a garage, and he's got lots of things. He's got lots of things to clean it with and everything, because it's in motor
game, innit? Yeah.
And we were searching through, and we found a photograph, and it was of an older couple, and the only name that we know was Morris, wasn't it? That's the only name we know, because that's Morris is on the logbook. So the only name we know is Morris, and we have no idea what her name was, and we have no idea whether they're alive or dead. But this was a picture, and it was at somewhere like Gibraltar.
Yeah.
I think it was Gibraltar, and it was one of those old photographs, and it was stamped in the corner, March the 24th, 1996.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was born on March the 24th, and God knows what was happening in 1996 or the Euros that year. But we just went, I can't believe it was like a message from Morris and whoever. And that photograph, I'll show it you. It's in the van. It goes with us everywhere, doesn't it? It's in the van, and I often
kind of got the impression
Morris.
that there were people more so our age or even a little bit younger that had sold it. So then you kind of think, oh, was it their kids that were selling it? And then, oh no, they must be dead.
That's what we thought, isn't it? But we don't know that.
We don't know that, so let's pretend everything's
But this
fine.
thing was so well loved. I mean, this is how lucky I feel, and so blessed that we bought that van. I mean, if you go under the seats in the van, and we'll do a van reveal in the video, I'm sure. But there's like an engine underneath the seats. There's cam belts and
it's brilliant
sprockets and this and that and
the
the other.
Had everything, didn't it? Absolutely everything.
So every road trip he went on, he took enough kit just in case he broke down to save the skins. And God bless him and all that. And that's it. And we bought this van, and I remember taking it. We had no idea.
We couldn't believe it.
We had no idea. We
oh, it was so green.
We didn't know where to put water. We didn't know how to use the toilet. We didn't know how to use the shower. We didn't know how to heat it. Or we didn't know how to plug it in. We didn't know anything. And it's just evolved, and that's what you will do on your journey when you buy your camper.
Oh, we've
or
learnt
your
so
caravan.
much now. 3 years down the line, we just laugh our
my
heads off
word.
how we were at the beginning,
My
don't
word,
we?
I mean, we've got so much to tell you on these videos. We've not even scratched the surface on where we've been and what we've learned and the adventures that we've had, and the adventures that we want to have and we want to take you with us, and that, you know, will be what we are hopefully building here in our little YouTube channel. That just to give you, you know, a heads up about things. So anyway, we were talking about our little van, weren't we? Yeah. Well, so we bought this van. It turned up in York, and then I got in, and you drove off
I
because
drove
you were
the
in
car.
the nice fast car. I mean, that's the thing as well. Is it get it out your head that you're going to travel fast. I think that's been a massive learning curve for me.
It so is, and yes, I know. I slow you down all the time. It is trundle around, look at everything. If you just go another 10 miles in one day, great. Park back up and enjoy your surroundings.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop
I think
bombing it.
Travel is about.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on who you are, doesn't it? I mean, we've met many people that want to do 600 miles a day and get to the south of Spain, but what we're blessed with is because we have everything in place in our little van. Is we're blessed with time,
So
generally.
we have Wi-Fi as well and everything, so
Yeah.
it's pretty easy, isn't it?
But we'll talk about these, hopefully. If you've got any questions to ask, just put them in the comments.
Well, we'll start telling you shortly sort of what we did to it. So, of course, the first thing we did, I'm sure you can guess, is drive down to Richard's in Nottingham
we did.
and take old Richard and all his motoring friends' advice. And
They were like-
they got as much pleasure out of it as we did.
I tell you what, when you go, I've got a photograph. I'll put a photograph up of my brother's yard, and it's just full of people that deal with cars all day.
You always say it's a middle-aged man's youth club, don't you?
It is.
They're all just there poring over auction
You know, the
catalogues and
bonnet
going,
was up,
"We've seen
looking
this,
at the
we've seen
engine.
this."
I mean, that first time we did a service, didn't we? Changed the oil, did everything.
Yeah.
Was there something wrong with the brake? Did we MOT it, didn't we? The brakes.
We had to MOT
some
it. Oh, it needed
brakes
welding.
Needed a bit of welding. So we spent 5 days.
We put a solar panel on at that point as
Yeah,
well, didn't we?
yeah.
Straight away, it got solar panel,
and new
solar
batteries.
and new batteries.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we had the old batteries. For
Oh
ours.
yeah.
Anyway, that's in the future.
That's to come.
It was just brilliant. We spent 5 days living in a what would you call it? Like a garage car.
Yeah,
park,
like a
wasn't it? It was horrible.
forecourt.
It was horrible,
something like that.
and it was really hot, and it was really dusty and grimy and horrible. But we knew that as soon as we get this done, then we got things like the Lake District and Derbyshire and Seaside and all these lovely things to do. So
And it was June, so we had the whole summer stretching out in front of us, so we knew we'd really start to
Yeah.
use it straight away,
So
didn't
we got our MOT, which was really, really exciting, and then off we went. Really, we left, and I think the first place we went to was the Lake District, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was. I think we can't remember the first night we slept in it. But the first night we slept in it, we slept downstairs.
I know we did. We
Slept
did that for
downstairs
Yonks.
for Yonks.
We thought it's one of the by now you've seen a photo of it. So we thought that the top, so over the driver's cabin, we thought it looked really, really claustrophobic. So we straight away said, "Oh, we don't want to sleep there." So every night we were rejigging the seating to make them into beds, and we did that for months. And then eventually,
And the kids went up there, didn't they?
yeah, they got the best bed.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Oh,
Oh dear, I don't
Funny.
know. I don't know. So that's how we bought the camper van, and we paid, like we said, £4,000 for
brave
it.
little soldiers jumping in with our eyes closed. Better.
Yeah,
I sounded
our
a bit
eyes
like
open.
Moira Rose then, didn't I?
Our eyes open. Our eyes were wide open when
Yeah,
we
they
bought
were.
that. They were wide open, and we did really, really well. And my advice to you is do as much research as you can. Obviously, I mean, we bought it blind. We bought it at an auction.
Without viewing it,
Without
yeah.
viewing
That's
it.
what I meant when I said jumping in with our eyes closed. We haven't seen it, so
But we saw lots of pictures, and what we saw was
Yeah.
really good, and it wasn't damp. That's the big thing that they always go on about, and we've never bought anything.
still
that's
isn't.
damp. Not really.
and we've been in some blooming weather in it, haven't we?
have been in some bloody
really
weather
been in
it.
some weather.
Oh yeah, But that's another story for another day.
Another day.
Hope you've enjoyed this video.
Stay tuned.
Subscribe, tell your friends, share it on social media. And maybe one day we can show you many other things.
I can. What do you like, you?
Well, it probably, I am a genius. I'm still trying to think of.
Don't say that.
Thing about the. I'm not a genius when it comes to that word when you go to an auction and you can't buy it because it's like a limit, isn't it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll talk to you again another time from another place. Hopefully it'll be in a car park somewhere in another
Hopefully.
country.
I think borders are starting to open fairly soon again, so we should be able to get out.
We can't wait. Say goodbye, Foxy.
Bye, Foxy.
Hey, comedy. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got right sniffles. Should we turn that off?
Yeah.
Yeah.